Listen up, bro. Top 10 most whack American presidents. Let's go. By the way, presidents after the year 2000 will not be mentioned, because we simply don't know to what extent their presidency affected the United States yet. So, yeah. Alright, at number 10 we got Herbert Hoover. On October 29th, only 7 months after Herbert Hoover became president, the stock market fucking crashed. I guess people just refused to invest in stuff like Google or Netflix, and instead they invested in like horses or wood, which is probably why the stock market crashed. And our boy Herb failed to do anything to turn shit around. Literally just sat in the White House and took a shit for his whole presidency. But the crash really wasn't his fault, which is why he's only number 10 on this list. At number 9 we got William Henry Harrison. He died after 32 days as president, so he didn't really do anything. Yeah, there's not much to say for this one. He's just pretty whack. At number 8 we got John Tyler. A bit of a weird one, this fella. He was vice president to number 9 on this list, William Harrison, the president who died after 32 days. But when Harrison died and John Tyler became president, he refused to move into the White House. That's honestly whack as fuck, like why wouldn't you? Eventually he had to move in, which I guess pissed him off so much because he started going against his own party's policies. This guy was on some serious smoke. He even got kicked out of his party while still being in the White House. What the fuck was up with this guy? At number 7 we got Zachary Taylor. This guy just had a pretty unmemorable presidency. Pretty whack. He didn't really give a shit about politics, which is just fantastic when you're president of the United States. And he only served about 16 months as president before he died. Apparently because he drank too much milk and ate too many cherries. I mean, I've heard of ODing on heroin and stuff, but I've never heard of anyone ODing on cherries. What the fuck, bro? At number 6 we got Millard Fillmore. This guy was whack as fuck and weak as fuck. He basically didn't have any vision, ideas or stance on anything. And he really didn't do shit either, apart from supporting the Compromise of 1850, which in general was in support of slavery. So I guess if you have no vision or morals, you can always just be racist. That was good enough for Millard. But don't be like Millard. Don't be whack. At number 5 we got Franklin Pierce. Yeah, this guy was a wacko. He got drunk all the fucking time, which explains why he cancelled the Missouri Compromise, which was a slave preventing act. This guy is a fucking genius, right? Because of this, now the states could themselves decide if they would allow slavery, which some did. So yeah, from 1853 to 1857, the US had a racist drunk as president.
Great success.
At number 4 we got Benjamin Harrison. This guy fucked up. Big time. He was part of causing one of the biggest economical crises ever in US history, because he wanted to move to the silver standard instead of gold. He passed the McKinley tariff as well, which didn't help, and it culminated in the economical crisis known as the Panic of 1893. Great job, Benji boy. Also, the Wounded Knee Massacre happened during his presidency, which saw around 300 Native Americans being killed by the US military. At number 3 we got Warren G. Harding. Probably the most corrupt president ever. He was involved in so many fucking scandals. Dude had affairs with basically every woman residing in the state of Ohio. And speaking of Ohio, he made all his pals from his home state members of his administration. And of course they abused the shit out of this and corrupted the administration beyond belief. Scandal after scandal. And Warren G didn't stop him. I mean, look at this guy. He just looks fucking evil. At number 2 we got James Buchanan. There has already been a few racist presidents on this list who were very pro-slavery, but no one was as bad as this motherfucker. He called slavery, quote, a matter of little practical importance. What the fuck? He also helped divide the nation by only working for the interest of the southern states and almost working directly against the northern states. I'm not saying he caused the Civil War, which started shortly after his presidency ended, but he did not help in any way. Honestly, whack as fuck. And at number 1 we got Andrew Johnson. I mean, his face says it all. He was Lincoln's vice and became president after Lincoln got shot. But if you thought this guy was Lincoln 2.0, then you're sadly mistaken, brother. The Civil War had just ended and Reconstruction had begun, but Johnson was being a complete piece of shit and basically did everything he could to work against it. Vetoed everything, he was racist as fuck too, and even though Lincoln had practically ended slavery, Johnson made it possible for the southern states to still suppress black people. Literally just a piece of shit and the wackest president ever. That's the top 10. Did you agree? If you did, that's cool I guess. If you didn't, fuck off. I'll see you in the next one.